I love it, let's make it now. Really?
Hey guys, Gaming Legends is back and this week we're talking about Deus Ex.
Deus Ex was developed by Ion Storm, another subsidiary of Eidos. Released in the Y2K after they determined that the Millennium Bug won't kill us all or put us back to the Stone Age. It was a PC exclusive when it was released, sorry consoles, but there was a PlayStation 2 version years later. Hot on the heels of The Matrix, there's clear inspiration from the sci-fi classic. Most notably the fact that the guy on the cover looks just like Neo. Set in a dystopian future, Deus Ex is a cyberpunk fanatic's dream. It all started in 1994 when Warren Spector was tired of seeing the same games being made. We need a new game. Okay, so we got a guy in armor, and he has a sword, and he solves quests. Whoa, great idea, I love it, let's make it now. Really? Yeah, except one thing. Diablo, Zelda, Ultima, Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy, any of the Elder Scrolls, Shining Force, Phantasy Star, Grenadier. Yeah, okay, that's more like 10 things, but okay, I got more. Shoot. Okay, so you're the last Space Marine, and you're up against an army of 8. Doom 1, Doom 2, Quake, Duke Nukem, Quake 2, Aliens, Metroid, Unreal 2, and something called Halo, which they're working on right now. Okay, here's something completely different to the other two. We take an Italian plumber, and he has to save someone, maybe a chick. Get out.
Deus Ex is named after the Latin term Deus Ex Machina, which essentially in story writing means divine intervention.
Warren Spector uses it ironically in this case.
Deus Ex is kind of a statement about how bad game stories are.
He wanted to make something totally different and unique, and he succeeded. What he didn't count on was predicting the future as well. Wait, what the hell's that? Yeah, anyway, some of the predictions are the word terrorist being thrown around in the media, how the government are monitoring the internet way more than we think, contactless payment becoming the norm, and Deus Ex also predicted 9/11. If you check the New York skyline in the game, you'll notice the Twin Towers are missing. If you dig deeper into the game, you'll see the explanation is due to a terrorist attack.
Okay, so the last one wasn't actually true. The game doesn't have the Twin Towers because it ran into memory issues in rendering it, so they had to remove it. There it is again.
The story goes like this. Set in the year 2050, you play as an anti-terrorist agent, JC Denton, whose outfit looks just like Blade. In the future, there's a disease called the Grey Death, which starts off with a cough and inflicts flu-like symptoms. There's a cure called ambrosia, which is only available to the rich or important. As the story goes on, JC Denton uncovers that ambrosia and the Grey Death are just part of a conspiracy bigger than him or his anti-terrorism organization. The game mechanics are actually quite complicated. At first, it just looks like a regular shooter, but once you get into it, there's so much more. It has the Diablo-style inventory where bigger items take up more space, a character augmentation system so you can install like a bionic eye and see things you wouldn't normally, and stuff like that. The hotkey bar, also from Diablo, has made its way in as well, so you can switch quickly between weapons and items. There's also the character health system from Fallout, so you can damage individual body parts. So if your legs were damaged, you wouldn't be able to walk, so you would have to crawl. The game definitely favors stealth over outright shooting. Without upgrades, your shooting is very inaccurate, making it very difficult to kill multiple people. But it does mean that if you wanted to, you could invest skill points in shooting, and then you can play the game gung-ho. In fact, you can play the game any way you want. There are many skills, such as hacking, lockpicking, medicine, different weapons. If you wanted to, you could try and complete the game while avoiding any fighting at all. And a feature that's not seen too often in games is the ability to take notes. For important information like next week's lottery numbers. Game summary time. What do you get if you put The Matrix and Blade Runner into a blender? Deus Ex is a dark, gripping sci-fi adventure which predicted a lot of things that hadn't happened yet back in 2000 when it was released. With its intense storytelling and non-linear approach, it reminds us that RPGs work just as well in first person. It imagines what it would be like to have a hero who's black and white thrown into a world of grey. What is right and wrong? As we get older, we realize that question is not as easy as it seems. The game also asks, what if every conspiracy theory were true? Who knows? Maybe they are. Oh come on, during my outro. So legitly, some people in my school used to call it Deus Ex. I'm like, what, you thought it's some porn game or something? They're like, yeah, Deus Ex is the best, man. This, I don't know about you, Haram, but this kind of reminds me of Half-Life.
Is it? I mean, you don't get to augment.
You telling me this is not Half-Life? Look at this. You're telling me that's not Half-Life?
He has wife and kids, bro.
Well, does he? Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, please like, share and subscribe and leave a comment because that really helps us out. There's no episode next week as we're taking a break. Normal service will resume the following week. And remember, the truth is out there.